Good evening. My name is Kim Leone.
And I'm Diana Orozco.
So in this video, we will talk about philosophy of religion, specifically about who God is to multiple people. We conducted a small study on Instagram asking our followers to answer 5 questions pertaining the ideas of God.
So our first question was, does God exist?
Okay, so our followers answered yes. That is 83% of them. 12% of them said no, and 0.5 of them said maybe. So our second question was, what do you know about God?
And they responded, He is our creator and father. And then, well, which God? I know a lot about the God of the Bible, but there are so many religions and other gods. And then, higher power and a powerful being that a bunch of people blindly follow? Nothing. People say he doesn't exist, not enough. Most gracious, the most merciful. He's loving and kind. He knows the deepest parts of our souls. He gives me peace in the times when I most need it. He defines moralistically values in our lives. He guides our lives. He's the creator of all things. God comes in many forms. No need to go to church for him or he. God, he or she is part of everything and everywhere. There is a good side and a bad side. And then our third question was, what is the nature of God in your terms?
So the answers to this were to give everyone a purpose. God gives lessons with blessings. The most merciful, all-seeing, generous, shows unconditional love, always there. Love and light, order and perfection, beauty and peace. God is the most merciful and most kind and gracious. Some people also said not sure, ignorant. He makes all things possible, like things we can't explain beyond science. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's faith and spiritual being, accepting, forgiving, and lastly, imaginary. And our fourth question was, have you had a religious experience with the belief of God?
And 37% of our followers said no, and 63% said yes. And then our fifth question was, what do you think? Is God one? Is God three? Is God two? Is God all, or is God you?
Okay, so 41% of the followers said that God is one. 16% of the followers said God is three. We have 35% that said all. We have 6% that said you, and we have 0 for 2. Okay, so hi, I'm Kim Leone, and I'm gonna be interviewing my roommate. So the interview is just it's gonna be 7 questions. Okay, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah. Hi, my name is Milani Villarreal. I am Kim's roommate.
Okay, so the first question that I have is, do you think it's possible for God to exist, and if so, how?
Yes, I think so. How? That's a tough question. Well, I don't know. Just we're all here, and something has to create everything. You feel
Okay.
me?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
Okay.
is there more to it?
No, that's fine. Okay, so my next question is, so we have the cosmological argument, and that states that God has to exist. So according to this argument, we don't have to be here, but we are. So what else or who else could have wanted that? So if God wanted us to be on the earth, then why is God allowing for bad things to happen? So for example, we have natural disasters, destruction, murders.
Yeah.
So what is your take on that?
My take is, I feel like everybody has a bigger purpose than what is like being. So say everything's like a learning experience. You feel me? Like when you really think about it, like, why are we here? Like, why do we exist on this planet? Like, you know, like, what's the point? I would just say, well, like, religious wise, it's always like for like angels and heaven and all that. I guess it's just to see who's gonna do right in tough situations, I guess.
Okay. All right, so now we have a second argument. So this is the theological argument. And this states that God designed us and created us for a purpose, therefore that's why we exist. So for example, everything has a flow. So we got up this morning, we went to the bathroom, you went to the library. So how did that happen? Is it because God made it happen? What do you think made it happen?
I feel like what made it happen? Well, I don't think we're like controlled.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's like free roaming, like Sims. Just kidding. I feel like we are free roaming, but I feel like it's all like, what is the purpose like behind your choosing?
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
So you don't think that God?
I don't think He controls
the flow.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we're. I don't think there's no actual directions. It's all up to you to do what you want to do.
Okay. So, do you think that your God is ontological? So now let me explain to you what ontological is. So ontological is something that exists and is greater than other things. So I'll give you an example. So in reality, there's a chocolate bar, right? Let's say you like chocolate. And that chocolate bar exists in reality. But you want the chocolate bar with marshmallows and almonds and caramel in it. But that's in your mind. So are you going to want the real chocolate bar that you can have and taste and eat? Or are you still going to linger with the chocolate bar with all the other things that actually have what you want?
I will need a better example.
Okay. Someone says there is a red wagon on the street. So the ontological argument is basically saying, does that wagon need red for it to exist?
Mm-hmm.
Or does the red need the wagon?
So how would you relate it to like religion wise?
So it's basically
like, does God need us to exist, or do we need God to exist? So religion, God isn't a being, like He's not a human, like He's not an actual like body, like people's like. So when I asked my mom, because I used to have like doubts, like, well, I mean everybody has them, whatever, it's normal. So basically He's like a greater being. He's not an object. He's not something that you can grasp or whatever. So you just said that if He's so great that nothing could be greater than that. Well, what if, like, because I'm seeing it as layers, what if He's just like the overall layer of everything?
Okay.
Do you get what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
No, that makes sense. That's kind of what the ontological argument is saying. Okay. Is that He's the overall layer. And so there can't be another layer.
Yeah.
Over, like, the top layer.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's what you think then. Is that He's just the overall one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, that's good. I think you said that you don't think that God really has control over us.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but do you think God designed us in a way?
I feel like, yeah, I would say that, like, because everybody's different. I feel like we're all designed to fit or to fight or to overcome some unique challenge. Not every challenge is the same. And some may be similar, but I feel like we're all designed to just, I don't know, overcome adversity. Okay. And if we don't, like, if we just, like, succumb to whatever challenges that be, then...
And you think God helps us in those ways?
I feel like we have, like, the idea, like, okay, so we're trained from young or taught from young, like, do right and wrong, but we have a choice in doing right from wrong. And if you do wrong, you're punished. If you do right, then you're rewarded. And I just feel like that's what it is. Like, so he's here, like, so we know about him, but it's all up to us on whether or not we choose. Does that make sense? Am I answering your question?
No, yeah,
okay.
that answers my question. Okay, so he's not controlling us, but he's there in case we need him, maybe?
Yeah, I would say, okay, because I feel like when people, like, need, like, moments of strength, people, like, pray or whatever. And I feel like in, like, situations where I've had, like, tough, like, dilemmas, I've just, like, pray for guidance, not pray for an exact result.
Okay.
Because I know overall, like, what's going to happen is going to happen, but I feel like maybe the guidance, like, it might not work out my way, but I can help, like, you can help me understand why this happened. Like, or maybe it help me, like, see from the other side, like, maybe have a more open mind.
Okay.
To whatever happened.
Okay. That's interesting that you say that you don't pray for something to happen, but you pray for, like a strength.
Yeah, so, because I kind of learned that from my mom. Because I used to pray, like, oh, can I have a Nintendo DS? No, like, that's not what you're supposed to be praying about. You're supposed to be praying, like, about just more, like, doesn't make, like, virtuous things.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel like that's what a lot of people get mistaken about. Like, I feel like that's, like, a key misinterpretation of religion, is that we're praying for things. In reality, we're supposed to be praying for, like, I don't know, just to be an overall better person, more wiser, kind of, like, whole-sidedness, you know, like, in ethics.
Yeah,
so.
I see that. Because in my class, we talk about how people pray about getting things.
Yeah.
And
you're not supposed to do that. Yeah. Because it clearly, I feel like people, well, of course, we're going to pick and choose what we want to hear, you know? And I feel like people often pick, like, just, like, misinterpret, like, the wrong things. But, yeah, I hope that answered your question.
It did.
Okay,
so this is the last question. So, who do you think designed God? Or what do you think designed God?
Well, like I said, I feel like he's the overall layer. He just came to be as is. I know that's a question I've had, like, so many years. Like, and, you know, like, it's, like, a question that you do think about. Like, can something create, like, what is that? Like, what made what, you know, and who made what? And I don't have an answer to that.
Okay.
I just have, like, they can be like, well, if you don't know what created God or who created God or how God was created and why I believe it, and that's where, you know, this faith comes in. You feel me? So, yeah.
No, yeah, that's good. Because I was going to ask you, because along with some of the like, conflicting arguments that other people have is, okay, well, if you don't know and if you really don't know, then, like, who or what are you praying to?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I get the doubts, but for what works for me is just to have faith, you know? And I feel like I wouldn't be the person I am today if I didn't have faith. I feel like I don't know, like, I'm not saying that people who don't believe in religion are bad people, but I feel like having faith has, like, helped me build myself up in character-wise. So that's why I choose to stick with faith. So.
Okay, that's a great answer. Okay, well, that concludes our small yet very intrusive, big words for college.
Oh, yeah.
Interview.
Okay.
Thank you, Milani Vilvi.
Yo.